Ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to tell you the story of the chicken that united Jerusalem. One day, a rabbi and imam wanted to buy a chicken at the farmer's market of Jerusalem. The problem was that they spotted the same chicken. So the rabbi grabbed the head and the imam grabbed the rest. The chicken made a funny sign and fainted. The farmer thought, oh, they killed my chicken, and he was screaming that loud out. Everybody was running and chasing the rabbi and the imam because they wanted to beat them for what they have done. So they ran almost through half of Jerusalem. Finally, exhausted, they reached the foot of the Temple Mountain, sitting down and looking at each other, and all of a sudden said, okay, it is really a funny and awkward situation at the same time, and started laughing. The chicken woke up and saw the situation would have been perfect. The rabbi said, okay, once we've met, I think we understand each other really good. So that would be a good reason to meet each other once a year at the same day. The imam agreed, and they decided that the chicken would stay 1 year with the rabbi and 1 year with the imam. So this is a really nice story to tell, that Israeli and Palestinians can really live side by side in a nice way, which happens every day, every day of the year. But that could also happen to all of us, to all Israeli and all Palestinians, if the governments would agree the same way, or talk to each other the same way. Provocation was never an instrument for solving problems or brushing up your image. The youngsters need guidelines, they need rules, and they need control, and they need consequences. Radicals on both sides are the major problem. Anti-Semitism and, as we say, racism is homemade most of the time, either on personality or the other way, by the situation, by creating situations that are not well understood. Once when there was the refugee crisis and riots all over Austria, I was asked by the Chancellor of Austria to develop a concept to stabilize the situation. That was in 2015 and was presented, implemented, and presented also at the UN in 2016. This concept and parts of it are still used, presented, and kept the peace so far in Austria and in many parts of Europe. I would not implement the Europeans because they are also responsible for reanimating old conflicts like the Crim conflict or Serbia-Croatia conflicts. But I was thinking on another issue, like for example in 1935 there was the International Conference of Women, the first time, and it took place in Ankara by Kemal Atatürk, the father of the Turks. He was the most modern Turkish of all times. And the issue of the conference was not only female issue or female issues, but it was the world peace. In 1975, the International Year of Women, the conference took place in Mexico City, which was also very typical because in Mexico we have the city of Yucatan. Yucatan is the only town in Mexico that's ruled by the women. And the men like it. Why do men like that? Because they benefit from it all the year, in every single day of their life, and the children too. Because there is peace, there is prosperity, and the small children learn from the early stages what peace is, what it makes, what does it cost, and this is very important to all of us. The same situation we have on the islands of Palau in the Pacific Ocean. The women rule there, and they got the highest sum ever from the United Nations. So from islands in the Pacific Ocean, that means really lots. And it was again female success. We need both in our society, men and women, but we need the working together. That's why I suggest the following. We have to have new negotiators, because the whole region is unstable at the moment. But the negotiators have to have a certain distance to the issues, to the Palestinian conflict, and to Jerusalem, and to the parties concerned or involved at the moment. There, I would say, Queen Noor of Jordan should be the part for the main negotiator for Palestine's side. Unfortunately, Leah Rabin already died. I would suggest on the Israeli side, Tzipi Livni, which is the former Minister of Justice of Israel and also very known to almost everybody. And from the United Nations, I would suggest Helen Clark, the former Prime Minister of New Zealand, because she also knows the issue and she's a woman that can fight and stand for what she is thinking and what her beliefs are. I think for the future of our children, we have to do new ways. We have to proceed again, because waiting too long, stopping, thinking, fighting, is also worse than the situation. Lots of people waited too long till they acted. We have to bridge the past, the present and the future for the sake of our children and for the sake of the region. Thank you very much, and may God help us. Hertha Toolsie, Ambassador for Peace, UN 2014-2016.